Hello, hello, everyone. Just want to confirm the microphone is working, that you can hear me loud and clear. Welcome, welcome, everybody. All right, sweet. Thank you so much. Hey, guys, if this is the first time seeing me, I'm sorry for the evil red lighting. I kind of changed up the lighting in the room, and now I look evil. But yeah, enjoy that. So yeah, let's play Greece, have fun. I just finished writing 2 of our 10 upcoming scripts. Feeling good about that. Thought I got to have a reward in the form of some gaming time. Bit of a Mappies experience. I also want to run a quick poll with you guys. I'm just curious, because I'm thinking of streaming this series, and I'm curious if you know anything about it. Mount and Blade Bannerlord. I want to know if any of you guys have played it, know anything about it. All right, so I've done the Greece run a couple of times, and there's one very annoying feature about it. It's that there are 3 strategic reasons where a play between Russia and the Ottoman Empire can happen, but you only get 2 interests. And I'm pretty sure the most likely are Egypt, in case the Ottomans try to puppet them, and Egypt will often make plays on Ottoman territory itself. What's frustrating, though, is that sometimes they might want the territory in the middle. You've played it. It's a great blacksmithing simulator. God, you have one of the coolest battle simulators on the market, and all you guys want to do is make swords for other people to wield. Very sad. Okay, so eternal debate with myself. Do I rush nationalism as Greece for the claims, or do I make the economy not bad? I'm going to go for the claims, because you never know what the AI is going to do, and frankly, your economy doesn't matter that much. Ah, yes, that's my shill. You see a person who I've never met before. You can just do ! merch, and if the bot is working, it should give you a link. And if it's not working, I have to go beat it up. Oh, hey, it works. Nice. All right, so one annoying feature as Greece is the Bavarocracy journal entry. So you have a foreign Bavarian king who's quite young, I believe. Yeah, he's only 20, and aside from low popularity, he's not bad, and he has one really good feature. He's a moderate of the landowners, and that means the landowners, who are usually a huge problem, they're not going to be a problem since they are influenced by this moderate king. Now, you can swap him out by intentionally failing Bavarocracy. Where is it? But all the options suck. Reformer is not as good as moderate. Market liberal is useless on Greece because laissez-faire is only good if you're a big country. And we are not a big country. We want interventionism. Royalism, totally useless. Market liberal, useless. French legitimist, this is maybe the worst thing imaginable. And jingoist is all right. Doesn't really mean anything. Although I do like that it's a Bonapartist. Have I considered the magic of slavery to fix the Greek economy? Would my IGs even allow that? No, they do not like it. Very sad. So yeah, as it regards stuff, interventionism is the right economy law for us. So a few tricks. If you don't want to fail Bavarocracy, which we don't want to do, first thing first, convert to Greek Orthodoxy. And there's a 1 in 10 chance your king goes crazy if you do that, which means you have to restart. Our king did not go crazy, so that is fine. Next, we need to have 10 or more battalions. We need to implement voting rights. The king needs to get married. And we also need to get rid of our 1 German general. I think if we do those 3 things, Bavarocracy won't kill us. And then when we get voting rights, we get to cure Bavarocracy from the country. So I'm going to merge the armies, disband everything that isn't infantry, and all of the infantry is going to be turned to a regular infantry because we are poor. But we need 6 more of them if we don't want to be totally broke. And I don't want the hussars. Okay, cool. We also have a German general, but we can't fire him until 1 year. Does anyone want to start drinking game out of easy gaming? What are things I say a lot that you can drink to, though? Oh, also, we want to get rid of the Navy. We can't afford a Navy. So we can't scrap it, but we can get rid of its only ships, and we'll have an admiral without a fleet. All right, cool. So let's take a look at construction. We are going to build one single construction sector. We are going to set it to take iron, so we have demand for iron, and then we're going to build iron mines and swap them out with tooling workshops. So as Greece, you don't have any coal mines, but you have quite a bit of iron here in the Peloponnese. I knew you guys were going to make that Horthy joke. I saw it. Stupid question, but I know that the Bavarian guy was really in Greece and all, and a Greek mania even turning Bavaria's name from Bayern to Bayern. I honestly don't know that much about Greek history. Paradox's research is usually right on the vibe side, but they tend to not quite get the facts right, so I'm going to chalk that up as a nice, solid maybe. All right, let's see here. Whenever I live stream, I always forget important things, because I also have to talk to you guys, and yapping is surprisingly hard. Let's make sure all the GPs like us so they don't interfere. And we need to pick a power to declare as a rival. Who's an easy rival that doesn't actually matter? Yeah, sure. Would Serbia help us? Even if they offered help, I wouldn't want it. Okay, cool. So now we have the points. And I guess the two Sicilies? We don't have the points for it. Okay, cool. Let's keep the Burb points. And let's just go bottom to top here. Yes, we want to pass a law. So one of the first things we're going to want to pass is any kind of electoral law for the Bavarocracy journal entry. And luckily, landed voting is quite popular already, thanks in part to our nice moderate king. So let's get on that. It's also not a horrible electoral law early on, but you do want to get onto wealth voting when you can. And I think we're ready to go. Let me see again. Yeah, we're pretty much good. Also, one other cool thing you can do, you can get onto, where is it? Subjecthood for Greece, and you're going to have a lot of non-Greek subjects. And this helps you out a lot. The upside to national supremacy is that it gives you a Greek national awakening, but from my limited experience, I think it's better to just conquer the land traditionally. Greece and China together make up a quarter of the world's population. Fact check, true. You have a book about the Greek War of Independence. I'm hoping this will inspire you to read it. Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with studying history. It gives you an interest in foreign countries. Maybe you'll even visit Greece one day. So the last thing we need to do, we need to remember to get our army up to 10 regiments. And we also have to fire the German commander as soon as the opportunity presents itself. But luckily, the army is super cheap because it's only trash units. And regrettably, I can't choose to straight up not feed them. But grain is cheap. I never played a lot of Vic DLCs. Is Habsburg Mexico in the game? There's probably a way to do it with the base mechanics, but there's no scripted path, if that's what you're asking. Oh, yeah, I also want to tax everything in the country, because radicals are not going to matter. They're going to be pretty chill with me, whatever I do. And we also want to use a bit of our authority on some decrees. So resource extraction, and resource extraction. We can also tax one other luxury good, luxury clothes. And we're going to want to switch these to manufacturing industry once we start building some actual manufacturing buildings. Question, are construction sectors considered... They're a government building. Okay, so I don't imagine the decree for manufacturing industry helps. All right, cool. Let's play. The Exile of the Rothschilds. Oh, also, I think there was a good agitator you can invite as Greece. No, not now. So we want to keep an eye on Bavarocracy. Once it ticks too high, we want to start working on the army. Also, yes, now there is demand for iron and tools. So the tools we can't build here in the short term. It's better to build up the iron because you don't need that many. And you can just import them. Yeah, you only need 2.6. And now we have enough. Cool. You spent the previous week writing an essay on the Polish Legion in France during the Franco-Prussian War based on diaries from the era, and now I want to visit Lyon to see it for myself, so yeah, history is cool. Yeah, if anyone has the opportunity to travel, like, listen, I'm not even 30 yet, but one thing I would have loved to do more of, given the chance, was travel more. Please, guys, take advantage while you can. And again, I still can, I just need to do it more. Before I can't. Oh, unstable government. That is one thing we forgot to do. And passing the law is looking pretty good. Is that legion a sort of relic of Napoleon I? Polish legion? I know we had some of them, even a marshal. Do you guys know that in Haiti, the Poles are considered black? Because a unit of Poles was sent to help fight for Haitian independence, and those were some of the few white people who they don't consider white who were allowed to stay in the country. So we actually want the leaders of these IGs to be less popular because they're all the traditionalists. And it gives us a big passage boost. Oh yes, and that's going to be 1 iron mine. Okay, I just want to check the math on these. An iron mine usually produces how much iron? It's going to produce 20. And our demand for iron in the Greek market is 50. So we should build 3 iron mines total. Then we're going to want to build a tooling workshop. And I think we will need more wood. I am not certain. The international community of color also counts Poles as blacks. You think it might actually be all Slavs. Given recent events, I wouldn't be surprised if they downgraded the Russians. So yeah, as you can... Oh, I forgot to marry the king off. Okay, I might not be able to get... oh, yes, we do have Russia. Okay, sometimes I find that Russia isn't available, but we really want that because Russia is big and they will help us. We want the popularity, not the influence. We don't really do anything with the influence. Speaking of, yes, our interests are still in place. After fall of Polish uprising in 1836, a lot of Poles migrated to France. After Battle of Sedan, many Polish Republicans wanted to help the Republic, hoping it would help them later get independence. Yeah, I'm reading a lot of the shenanigans of Polish expatriates right now. All very interesting, very wacky stories. The Greek-Russian Fellowship? Trade privilege. That would actually be great for us. Okay, 90% chance of yes. Here we go. Okay, those trade privileges are actually really, really good. So they want us to form a National Guard. But we're going to need to pass a lot of laws to get rid of Bavarocracy. Okay, what's the penalty here? God, National Guard's not bad, though. It's going to cost us bureaucracy. I'm going to put this up to a vote. This could really go either way. So to explain what the question here is, the National Guard is going to cost us bureaucracy, but it's going to give us some free troops, and it's going to empower the petty bourgeoisie and a couple of other bonuses. The main downside here isn't really the cost, although that hurts a little bit. The main downside here is that we need to pass a lot of laws, and the National Guard is going to take a bunch of time to pass, so we won't be able to pass the other laws we need. We need to get off free trade, onto free trade. We need to get from censorship to right of assembly, because we need that for Bavarocracy, and we also are going to need elected bureaucrats, which is also needed to end Bavarocracy. You guys really like National Guard. All right. And it'll make the armed forces very happy. And it'll pass faster. So you know what? I think you guys may have made the right call here. So the game is telling me we have shortages of tools. Although the trade privileges with Russia should help. You know what? I'm going to make the tooling workshop next. Yeah, tooling workshop next is going to be the way to go here. Victor B. I noticed a mistake in your video. In Mexico, it's actually national mourning due to a naval accident off the coast, delaying the first shipment of the sauce. That's why it's called Cinco de Mayo. No, that's true. Mercantilism is actually really good compared to free trade, since you can't put tariffs up on free trade unless you're going for free trade for a specific reason. Yeah, but you also get a huge trade advantage with free trade, and that's just like pure upside as far as I know. Valcar9, welcome to the stream. I'm doing quite well. I have the very evil lighting set up right now, which is always a good time. Yeah, so it doesn't matter how much they're paying for tools, they just can't get them. So as soon as we get the tooling workshop up, we should be good. If I recall, Greece is usually a bit short on wood as soon as you put up the workshop. So we might end up needing... Yeah, it's going to be a pretty bad shortage. Okay, so we're going to do the logging camp right after. And then we'll get back to the iron mine. We also want to keep an eye on Ottoman Egyptian events. Ooh, okay, something I also meant to do. You can upgrade your education institution. I want to do that before I lose the bureaucracy. There we go. And now we are all set. What time zone is it for me? Currently, it is 7 p.m. EST. Let's also check if there's any good agitators for us. Abolitionist doesn't really help, and I do not like positivism. He might kind of sort of help us with land reform, though. What's our current intelligentsia leader? He's a liberal. I think we actually want to keep that for a little bit. Also, you know what? As soon as the tooling workshop is done, we need to raise our army to 10 units. Oh, also, I forgot to get rid of the German general. Here he is, South German. Retire commander. So that helps us with Bavarocracy. How much is it going up by now? It's going up by 3. We're about to have voting rights. Oh, well, now it's going up by 2. Okay. So we're good for a little bit. We're going to finish the logging camp, maybe the iron mine. We'll see how long it takes. Ezekiel looks red like one of those J.D. Vance edits. When are we going to get a giant Ezekiel beach ball to throw in the crowd? That'll be pretty sick. Valcar, to answer your question, this is Victoria 3. The only nations that free trade is especially good on is Russia and Britain and America. So, do you think I should go protectionism instead? All right, after the tooling workshop, I want to build up another construction sector just because we have a monstrous amount of money. Yeah, for viewership, definitely noontime is better. The problem is that I get my best work done around noon, so if I want to stream only for fun like I am now, I gotta do it later in the day. For serious streaming, it should be done earlier, around noon like you guys pointed out. But again though, like, if I'm doing script writing or video editing or anything, I have to sacrifice the viewership. Ooh, we got good chances on landed voting. We're going to have to do National Guard next, though. Or, you know, just stop being European. Actually, our viewership is going up quite a bit. You guys can't see it, but I have, like, a chart here. And let me tell you, if my viewership chart was a stock, I'd want to own it. Oh, nothing's under construction. Ah! Okay, so how is our market doing? We are exporting both iron and tools. That's a very good sign. Oh, yeah, iron's dirt cheap. Well, oh, we're also not building anything, though. Once we start building things, we will actually know what our economic situation here is. I'm going to build 1 furniture and 1 clothes factory, because I know my people will like and need those. And actually, don't they need the furniture more? No, they're equal. Okay, cool. Yeah, that second construction sector, though, we definitely can't afford. And I'm already maxed out on taxes. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, wait. We have to build up our army. Okay, I might have already failed this campaign. There's no building penalties in any of these states, are there? No, in fact, I should spread these out a little more. Okay, there we go. We should be able to build these fast and... Oh, I'm going to rebuild the construction sector. This might hurt our economy a little, but, yeah, that's not good. Part of the issue is that passing this law is taking a while. There's a good chance... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to save scum slightly and go back earlier. We're going to try to take over the entire Balkans because we want to form the Byzantine Empire this run. So yeah, now, we also wasted a bit of build time. Yeah, okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Yeah, we do need the extra iron mine anyway. Hamkuts, welcome to the stream. We already had to load a save once due to my own inattentiveness. But it could be going a lot worse. Yeah, now we're actually building these barracks in good time. And then we will build the textile mill and the tooling workshop. One other thing I learned playing Greece is that you can get a pretty good economy at like 2 million GDP in maybe like 8-10 years. But you'll run out of infrastructure very fast. All right, we now have landed voting. That's going to slow down Bavarocracy. And now we need to field the battalions. Oh, God, chill out with the coups, guys. On the upside, when it's such a tiny country, radicalism doesn't mean very much. All right, I'm also going to raise the military wages and set the recruiting effort commands. Where are they? Also want to do manufacturing here and then enlistment effort. Oh, enlistment effort. And I guess I need to get rid of one of these taxes. Maybe two. They're barely earning me anything. Enlistment effort, and maybe I can get the resource industries back. Perfect. All right, and then hopefully we will be up to the 10 battalions we need to not fail Bavarocracy. Oh, it actually looks like we're already at 0. Okay, so by having the 10 battalions, Bavarocracy will start going down, and then we'll be able to succeed it. We should also pass another law. I think there's a bug here. Would I rather live in hell or Serbia? It's probably not the answer you want, but Serbia honestly seems like kind of a nice country. I know they have a really nice party culture there. Also, good barbecue, I hear. Would it be funny if Greece could form Rome after forming Byzantium? Byzantium's already pretty silly, honestly. They increased the amount of coups in the most recent update, which makes China very hard to keep from shattering. Will I ally any great power to help you against the Turks? So, we might not be an ally of the other great powers, but we'll definitely be co-belligerents. If Egypt and Russia both jump on the Ottomans, we'll jump with them. Excuse me. So, does the king have an heir? Is that why? No, we don't have an heir. All right, what law should we pass next? Well, first off, we need to have a legitimate government, and for that, the election needs to finish. South Slavs dissing other South Slavs. They're both the same people, basically. Yeah, but don't tell them that. They'll get very mad. Also, I have to get rid of one of these construction sectors because we are flat out broke. Also, I can stop overpaying the army. Also, we're up to 10, so I can get rid of the recruiting efforts, which might not have really been necessary in the first place. So I think that when we get nationalism, there should be a journal entry to annex Ionia. The national dish of the Balkans is bread, meat, and more meat. I do like meat. Gotta hit my protein macros. So, oh, wait, I almost forgot. I know why there's a coup happening. We forgot to give the armed forces their, whatchamacallit. Where are they? Yeah, they're kind of pissed. We forgot to give them their National Guard. That's fine. Let's even get off local police force. We want to weaken the landowners. Yeah, it looks like the coup is failing. That's nice. We also have a legitimate government now. Can we get any kind of liberal group into the government? If I recall, I think our rural folk leader... No, he's bad. In another run, I think I lucked out and got a good rural folk leader. Let's see what agitators there are. None of them are useful. You would recommend... No, laissez-faire is not good on small countries. I know that for sure. Because you don't have the interest rate reduction. And we're already paying too much in interest. Yeah, for this budget, 500 is honestly too much. Now, Bavarocracy, it's not going down. We'll have an heir soon enough. Oh, we lucked out on dedicated police force. That's nice. So yeah, from now on, we are just going to be working on our economy. Which in Greece is a very nice circle of lumber, tools, and iron. Oh, speaking of, we can increase iron demand thusly. Do we not have iron production? It looks like they're getting back online now, and the tools should be going good too, right? How's lumber? Yeah, consumption is too high, so we need to add a lumber mill. Also, I did not mean to build a tool workshop. I meant to build a furniture workshop. Yes, I fired the German commander. Ethan, not gay, just Jewish. They want my commander? Yeah, this guy sucks. I'm getting rid of him. Oh, we can also get sawmills at the logging camp. You know, I never did my production methods. That was very silly of me. All sorts of economic development. Wasted. All right, thank you for joining us, Valkar. Always nice to see you. How are we looking for trade? We need another trade port so we can import more good stuff. So I don't want to chew up all of the infrastructure here. We're probably getting close to the limit. Okay, we're not close to the limit yet, but still, this is going to be a better place to do it. It gets the extra trade capacity. That's not where we put all of our buildings. Also, it seems like we're going to need another tooling workshop. The trade center is going to go first, though. All right, it looks like there is something going on between the Ottoman Empire and Egypt. And since I don't see it coming up, I'm going to bet it's over a province where we didn't put an interest. No, it's over reduced Egyptian autonomy. That's primary, right? And I did put an IG there. Sometimes I don't understand. We should be part of this diplomatic play. If anyone's more experienced than me, why aren't we part of the diplomatic play? If it's to reduce autonomy... Is it based here in the Balkans? But we should already have a native interest here, no? Well, even if we don't, it's still... Huh, that's really weird. Has Victoria 3 gotten better? It's very, very good as a game. I'm just not certain if it's a good 18th, 19th century game. Like, how to describe it? It's really fun economics, it's really fun politics, but it's really not part of the 19th century. Like, the borders are the same, but the things that happen in it, I question. Ham cuts, why would I automatically be part of the play? So it's not that I should be part of the play, it's that I should have access to the play because we have an interest in both the Nile and Anatolia. And it should be happening in at least one of them because the primary goal here is to reduce Egyptian autonomy. Maybe it was made by event? I don't know. Either way, if Russia doesn't get involved, we don't want to be part of it. Oh, it's because it's not a play, it's already a war. All right, I'm gonna look at the stream real quick and figure out if I just missed it. Yeah, no, I'm looking earlier in the stream. It was not there. Sometimes I question Victoria 3. So part of it is definitely that Paradox has a certain way they want to view the world. I'd say it's more of like a 20th, late 19th century Marxist take than a 21st one. Like, especially the interest groups. Like, all these interest groups' names and the way they are organized, that's like pure Marxism. Petty bourgeoisie was one of his, like, absolute favorite terms in his literature. There's a lot of reasons. The game has a very dialectical, materialist view of history. The way it handles internal politics, the way it divides the IGs is very, very Marxist in origin and style. The way it approaches the interchangeability of pops, like the idea that, again, like, you can just have people move between countries and there's barely any issues beyond social to their integration. They're Swedes, what else do I expect? No, I see it. And I'm not even strictly opposed to that. Like, it's fun to trash on Marx. He wasn't the worst scholar. He was just a bad economist and political theorist. But he did good stuff, too. In fact, like, his view of geopolitics is not the worst. It's a good basis. But sometimes they take the more questionable things, too. All right, so now we have the land claims. But we're not going to do anything unless the Russians are willing to get involved. So I guess the question is, are they? Russia likes us. All right, you never know how the AI is going to act during a diplomatic play, so I always like to do a save. Because, like, your campaign can just end otherwise. And you also have to check that Victoria 3 actually saved. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. And let's just see what happens if we do a return state CB on the Ottomans. Yes, the Russians will join us, and the Austrians, and the two Sicilies. Okay, we are in business. So in that case, I want to upgrade all the infantry to line infantry. We also need to get them a commander who's good on the defense so we don't die instantly. I think Social Bandit is good on defense now. No, it's not. But defensive strategist... That's good. Adamant defense. We're going to give them all this good stuff. And we're going to see if we can get them involved. I don't want to say it's a failure of historiography. I just think they need more of it. There's a lot right in this game. Honestly, I feel like their issues are more on the production side almost. Like, I think that Paradox's policy of doing DLC by country leads to really odd things. Like, their approach to the revolutions of 1848 is they covered basically just what happened in Austria and only what happened in the other countries insofar as it directly affects Austria. But the revolutions of 1848 were really a pan-European event. What's happening in France directly impacted Austria, which directly impacted Prussia, and there's no German Confederation in the game, and that was central to the revolutions. And Italy and Austria were super closely tied, and then France gets involved in the end. And because they're trying to do it by country, they don't do, like, 1848 really well. They just feature 1848 insofar as it affects Austria, and then they also do things that happen to Austria later in history. And I'll tell you what's going to happen. They're going to do France's revolution of 1848 independent from the other countries. And then one day they'll do Prussia's revolution of 1848 separate from the other countries. And this pan-European event is going to get siloed off in ways that are just unlike how it actually happened. Okay, so Russia wants war goals. They want to liberate Bulgaria? Is there anything else I can give them? Honestly, I'm super down to liberate Bulgaria. Let's do it. So who else has war goals? The Austrians. An obligation? Yeah, sure. Okay, so now we can... Why can't I do return claims? Oh, I think I see what I did wrong. I think I have to do the claims first. This game is really unintuitive sometimes. My main pet peeve is that the game always ends in border gore. Like, tell me why the US annexes all of North America, but leaves Comanche alone. You can't stand how badly they screwed up warfare in Vicky 3. I'll watch it, but I never played it without movable units on a map. 1848 would need two Sicilies, getting landowners and peasants disliking land reform. Very lovely graphics. Yeah, sorry I was missing so much of the chat, man. You guys said a lot. Is what my favorite Paradox game, Mrs. IHR. Or like, okay, Paradox would never do this in a million years, but if I could be the producer of this project and like decide what order it gets made, honest to God, what I might suggest doing is just do Europe. That's the only part of the game. And there's some like really abstract systems to represent trade and colonization in the rest of the world, but it's just Europe. And they do Europe really, really well. And then they do North America and maybe South America too. And they do these two regions really, really well. And then they add East Asia and they do it really, really well. Because this haphazard approach is leading to, when you're making technology, there's something called tech debt, which is that if you design, like imagine you're building a building, right? You build the first floor right, so it can support the second floor, and then it can support the third floor. But you want to build the fourth floor really fast, so you don't do it right. But the fourth floor is good, like it's fine, it works. But it's not that strong, so when you build the fifth floor and the sixth floor and the seventh floor, the building might collapse, or at the very least, it's not going to be a very good building. Maybe it stands up. I feel like that's how they're designing the game, where like, they're kind of rushing the revolution of 1848, so 2 or 3 years from now, the revolution of 1848 will just never be good. It'll just be haphazard. It'll just be barely good enough. And it's frustrating. It's unfortunate. I don't think it's necessarily bad DLC, but needs intense planning where the DLC are designed to work with and without other DLC, which is... Exactly, that's things that enact. Like, this kind of... It's simultaneously future-proofing and not future-proofing, and you're getting the worst of both worlds. I'd rather they just go event by event. This is the Revolution of 1848 DLC. We only care about the years like 1840 to 1860, and we're going to get those years done really, really well. This is the Opium Wars DLC. Oh, Joseon is British puppet, nice. We're gonna do like the first and second Opium War and the Taiping Rebellion really, really, really well. This is like America in the first half of the 19th century. We're gonna do the Mexican-American War and the American Civil War really, really well. We're not gonna do anything else. Like, that's how I want them to do it, by event. And maybe they do 2 events, right? Like they do the Mexican-American War, they do the Civil War, and maybe they also do, I don't know, Japan coming out of its isolation. But they better do those ones specifically really, really well. If I had total control, what would my dream Paradox game be? This goes back to, like, their production decisions I think are not optimal. And, like, I get why they're doing them. I do. I just think they need to bite the bullet a little bit. Here's what I would do. Europa Universalis, They're not going to do it because the franchise has all this like name recognition, but I'd split it into 2 games. I'd make one game 1500 to 1700, and that's all about the wars of religion. It's all about the Reformation. It's all about the end of the medieval period and the introduction to the modern era. It's the Renaissance in Italy. It's the 30 Years' War, the Protestant Reformation, the English Civil War, the Huguenot Wars in France. And then literally, the year 1700, it stops. Because what happens in the year 1700? The War of the Spanish Succession happens in the year 1700. And that was awesome. That was like Hearts of Iron 4 in 1700. And I do a game from 1700 to either stopping right before the Napoleonic Wars or it climaxes in the Napoleonic Wars. And then it goes to Victoria 3. That's how I want it done. But instead, we have Europa, which is a bad 15th, 16th, 17th century game and also a bad 18th century game. Like, why is one game system doing the European Wars of Religion and also the Napoleonic Wars? Why would you do that? And the answer, again, is like historical, right? Like, Europa Universalis was always done this way. I think it was built off of a board game, which was already a very, very abstract system. And, like, again, historically, I get why they're doing it. I really get it. It's just unfortunate. But doesn't dedicating an entire DLC to only one event kind of suck if you're not into that event? They're simulating the entire world. Listen, in whatever DLC you make, you're not going to appeal to everyone. Like, the last DLC was the Austria, Serbia, Ottoman Empire DLC. What's that? You don't like these 3 Balkan countries? Sucks to suck. But if you do it by event, I actually think you have the opposite approach, where if you do just the Revolution of 1848, every country in Europe's involved. They're all going to get content for it. If you do like the American Civil War, Mexican-American War event, remember, it doesn't have to just be these countries. Like, Britain almost intervened in these conflicts. France almost intervened in these conflicts. You can make content for a possible intervention. Stellaris, I just don't like 4X strategy games. 4X games really, really irritate me. I played Civilization a bit as a kid, and I liked it when I didn't understand how it worked, and then as soon as I understood how it worked, I just didn't like it anymore. Also, I gotta close this National Guard vote. Okay, so we're going to do the return state CB again. So in order to call in Russia and the Austrians, we need to save a certain amount of points. I think I only have 30 to spend. So I can do the return state here. And I can only spend 30 total. So Dagu, Ego, Aldari. I don't care about this one. Oh, but this is going to be over. Okay. So first off, let's set up the fund. But second, I want to see again, how much does it cost to bring Russia and Austria in? They want liberate Bulgaria, so I'm just going to spend that. Oh, but if I spend it... Oh, I think I have a really interesting, really dumb trick here. Let's see if this works. It doesn't, because, okay, bringing in Russia is what's disallowing me from adding the war goals. Like, I don't know why that is. Like, maybe it's because they're the primary war leader now and non-primaries can't add. I don't know. It's very silly. But here, let's gather the data we need. So it costs 30 to bring in Russia. It's going to cost how much to bring in Austria? 10. So yeah, I have to make sure. I also think my hacky solution still kind of works, though. The last DLC was Iberian Twilight. That one was Austria-focused, add mechanics that were every country with national awakening. Or like Iberian Twilight, I also think like falls into that category, right? Like it was Spain and it was Portugal. And like they just kind of like generically did a bunch of Spanish and Portuguese history as opposed to doing a couple of events really, really well. By the way, other thing I changed about Victoria 3. This game should start in 1820. 1836 is such a bad start date, whereas in 1820, the Spanish still kind of have their empire and they can maybe pull it back together. Brazil and Portugal, the same country. So in Iberia, you have actual powers. In France, you get to enjoy the Legitimists and all of their silliness. Prussia gets to form the Zollverein. You have a united kingdom of the Netherlands. The countries are so much more interesting. Also, like, it adds this sort of, like, 20 or 30-year period where commercialism is the main economic form and not industrialization. I also think that's neat. It feels a bit like Imperator Rome, where I have no idea why they picked the Diadochi Wars as their start date. No one knows who or what the Diadochi were. Like, Rome Total War start date, where most of the Italian peninsula is already Roman, that's what people want. People want the Punic Wars. They want the conquest of Gaul and Greece. Who are the Diadochi, you know? What time periods am I looking at? We're going to be doing a lot of 19th century for the foreseeable future. 2026? No. More like, 1826. Got him. All right, let's actually do this. So we can't spend more than 30, right? You know, do we even need Austria in this war? They're already at war with the Egyptians and barely winning it. I'm going to try the maximalist approach because we have the save, so why wouldn't we? Add Macedonia. Add this. And add this. And I think we can call in 2 Sicilies anyway. The 2 Sicilies are no longer interested in our unprovoked war of conquest, I see. But the Russians are down. Oh, the 2 Sicilies are interested. Okay, so we only have 2 maneuvers left, so I doubt we can get these guys in. Yeah, no, we're done. But Austria is in charge, and now the UK is involved. Okay, I see the problem. All right, and with the UK, they have a monstrous amount more troops than we do. So, yep, let's go back to the save one more time. If we bring Austria in, it doesn't matter if the UK is involved. They don't have the troops. The only Diadochi your average person knows are the Ptolemies, but that's mostly because of Cleopatra. Exactly. And some people think Cleopatra was Nubian, so even there. You know what? I like the idea, though, of saving this, like, stupid state inhabited by 8 people to the Ottomans so I can get another war with them. So this all works out as far as I'm concerned. We're going to snag this, and we're going to snag this. And there's 35 points left, so we... Oh, wait, I can't even get this state if I want it. Because there had to be... Hey, you guys are about to learn something about me. I'm really bad at math. What I really described earlier is March of the Eagles too. Well, the thing about March of the Eagles is that was like pretty much all military. Although I would love March of the Eagles if it was more like Hearts of Iron. That would have been pretty sick. You think a series on the 1848 revolutions would be really cool? I think you're going to be really happy much later this year. Okay, so I can only take 2 states. 2 states. Do either of these have coal? That's what we need. They have iron. They do not have coal. If there were more naughty children in these states, Santa might help us out, but apparently not. Okay, in that case, which of these is richer? This one has 1 food industry, and this one has a glassworks and 2 textile mills. Well, ladies and gentlemen, apologies in advance for the border gore, but there's only one right answer to this question. And also, I can get the little state here, too. Cool. I think. All right, and where's the war progress here? I have a feeling that maybe what causes Britain to join is Russia. So if I bring the Austrians in first, it might piss them off slightly less, and they'll see how overwhelming our forces are. No, that didn't work. Okay, it was worth an effort. And is there any way I can get... I could actually become 2 Sicilies as subject, but I'm not doing that. It's fine. With both Austria and Russia on side, there's no way we lose this. Famous last words, I know. And we're going to raise our 2 silly little conscripts and hope for the best. Man is doing what... Our live streams archived. Okay, so the live streams are unlisted after they're done so they don't clog up people's feeds. So if you have the link to the live stream, you can always rewatch it. But, like, there's no public way to access them. I think sometimes about maybe putting them all on a playlist or something that's unlisted. But, like... I'm not that proud of my live streaming skills right now. When I'm more confident with them, I will do a better job archiving. Oh, yeah, we have dedicated police force. Nice. All right, so we're going to want to get onto elected bureaucrats soon. Does the army like any of these laws? Ooh, I would like to get onto subjecthood, though. And I don't think I need to have such an unpopular government for it. All right, I also want to check out our economic situation real quick, because I know I'm going to get distracted by the war. We need paper. Also, did we ever build that trade port? Why is our trade capacity so low? I'm going to try the paper mill for now. Also, I can already tell we're going to need the railways soon. Or you know what? Atmospheric engine, water tube boiler, then we go for railways. Okay, cool. And as long as our allies sent troops to help us here, Austria sent us some, and Russia sent us a bunch. Okay, yeah, so we're not going to get overwhelmed, and we have an advantage on every front. Sweet. Hey, the benevolent and truthful Netflix told me she was Nubian. Are you daring to dispute this? I'm sorry, Netflix lied to you. Am I going to do a game of CK3 anytime soon? AUH is pretty expansive. I have not played CK3 in forever. I got to do that. Why is the US going on so many side quests before and during the Civil War? Are you talking about this game? UK protecting the Ottomans in the 19th century to then annex its Middle East territories, games being historical. Very nice. History Matters has a video about that. I am not sure what you're referring to, Fireball. I think we have this war in the bag. I just need not to lose all my soldiers fighting it. You know, if we can replace the head of our landowners... Is there a way to, like, fire him? We can arrange an accident if we have secret police. Okay, let's... oh, we're already doing subjecthood. After subjecthood, let's go for National Guard. Oh, I really hope the British don't overwhelm us. That's gonna suck. We're winning everywhere else, though. And the Ottomans are also heavily distracted here. Oh, no, 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 no. Russia, Austria, help! The British are overwhelming us! No! The Transylvanians will save us. You know, I think getting knocked out of the war doesn't actually matter that much. I'm pretty sure if the Russians win it, they'll still enforce our war goal. I could be wrong. Let's see what happens here. Oh, I see the Greek supremacist movement is upset that we're fully occupied by foreigners. Oh, hey, the Austrians are finally saving us. Our government was reduced to these sad little islands, but, Oh? Come on, Austria, push them back! Push them back! No, stop killing my people! I hardly have any of them. Okay, so we got knocked out of the war. However, if they win, do we still get the war goals? No, they're only fighting to liberate Bulgaria. Okay, so in that case, let's go back to our pre-war save. Because we figured out how to actually structure the deal. We just need to raise a few extra soldiers so we don't get overrun. And I think we built up our economy enough that we can support that. You're sure all 35 Greek nationalists will love this? Okay, I met a few Greek guys a while ago, and like... From my limited experience, they're really, really nationalist over there. Like, the Greek people, they love Greece. It's like the greatest country in the world to them. And you know what? I respect that. All right, how long is it going to take to build all these troops up? It's going to take a little while. And you know what? While we're spending this extra time... Who's Antonio Crisis? Antonius Crisis. Oh, he's some random admiral. Okay. Yeah, getting rid of him is probably helpful. We don't need that navy. They love Greece, but they hate Turkey even more. Yeah, no, that's true. They really don't like Turkey. Oh, I also forgot about that journal entry. Can't I, No, I can't annex it. Okay. Very sad. You know what else will help? Passing National Guard. Also, if we make the... Oh, we can't make the British like us anymore. That's sad. That's regrettable. You love my videos? Thank you so much for saying. That's really nice. And thanks for joining the stream. Okay, so if we pass National Guard, how many extra troops does that give us? Ooh, 3 battalions, guys! 3 battalions! The Greek army will be unstoppable. How's army expansion looking? Oh, they need a commander. This guy. Yeah, the problem with waiting too long is that the Egyptian-Ottoman War will end. What do the Egyptians want out of this? They're fighting for independence. Okay, so that doesn't really weaken the Ottomans too much. What happened to our GDP? The funny number's going up. Greeks are communists when fired, social democrats when using public services, conservative when their daughter is dating, and nationalistic whenever Macedonia isn't called Fyrom. Nice. Alright, I think we're gonna have 20-ish troops by the time this is over. How many are we building? No, we're gonna have 17, so we gotta build 3 more. Hopefully all these countries are going to be willing to go to war again. Also, you know what? We are bleeding out the Ottoman army. Ooh, yes, we're getting good rolls here. Oh, we're getting very good rolls. Yeah, you know what? The more beaten up the Ottomans are, the better this is going to be for us. Oh, it looks like they're going to capitulate soon, though. All right, let's try this again. We built up our army a little. We're not going to have the National Guard, but that is fine. Okay, let's try this again. The same countries are still willing to join. We have the same number of maneuvers. And we want the state that's going to cause the border gore. Oh, wait. The maneuver costs change. It's going to be, what, 17, 29. Can I might be able to demand all 3. Why did it change? You know what? Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Oh, but Russia isn't willing to join anymore? Maybe Austria alone will join? Oh, and with Austria on side... Okay, cool. And I like the idea of liberating Bulgaria. Oh, but how many points are we short? We are short. Okay, we're gonna do this one more time, because if we don't take the stupid islands, we can get Russia involved. We getting a Victoria 3 video? No video, I'm just having a good time on stream. Look at Socialist Louis Napoleon over there. He looks so happy. In his element. Moisturized. Okay, so I don't understand the calculations here, but Russia does not want to join until Austria joins, and then Russia does want to join. It might actually be Britain they're responding to. Either way, let's call up the troops. And let's also give them whatever we can. Max out their budget. And we're also going to do recruitment campaigns across the nation. This is my first time catching you on stream, but I legitimately discovered your channel via your old videos. They helped you a lot, and you still send them to people. I'm super glad they were helpful, dude. And I'm also glad you were able to find the stream. So, let's see here. I think this time we should be fine. The Ottomans aren't quite as distracted by the Egyptians, but the Egyptians also beat them up more. So with any luck... Oh, wait, these are still the regulars. Ah, become line infantry, quick! Guys, become line infantry! Okay, yeah, they're converting to line infantry pretty fast. And we still have a bit of time before the war starts. And yeah, sure, I'll set up a paper import. I feel like we don't have enough votes for all this trade, though. Yeah, I know, we need more boats. Yeah, with both Russia and Austria on side, we're definitely going to win this. We just need not to get overrun. And now it's the West Indian troops we're mostly fighting against here. They do have skirmishers and stuff, which is kind of scary. But I think our last second line infantry will be enough to hold. At least I desperately hope. All right. It's the Transylvanian commander. Is he any good? Experienced defensive strategist. Let's go. No. Go the other way. Go the other way. No. I don't want to get occupied. No, stop invading me. Stop. God, they sent the entire Indian army just to beat up little old Greece. For what crime? What's the charge? They want us to give trade privileges to the Russians. Oh, why did we lose Bavarocracy? Did we, like, gain a Bavarian leader somewhere? Did I hire a Greek general? I did. Is the Navy... Well, you know, either way, this run's also a bust. We have to rewind a little bit. For what crime? What's the charge? For enjoying a succulent paradox meal? Yeah, for enjoying a succulent Ottoman meal. A bit of Turkish delight, huh? Alright, we'll let the game run a little longer. Because we rushed last time to try to get in time for the war. Yeah, and the war literally ended the second we tried. We'll wait for National Guard and we'll wait for the army to be bigger. Because, like, our economy is at 1 million GDP. We can support a real army now. But God, the army's gonna have to be huge to fight the British. Like, massive. The British AI is super aggressive, though. With any luck, they'll get into a war. I'm sorry, did they just fight the Tokugawa shogunate? Yeah, that is the Japanese. What do they... Yeah, what do they take from Japan? Unhand my DLC. You monster. Yeah, no, we can actually support a way bigger army, it looks like. "30 infantry units might be enough." It's crazy the British really thought the Russians would invade India. I mean, it's a legitimate threat. The British power comes from the sea. If the Russians actually invaded, like, how much could the British do? Especially since for the Russians to achieve their goal... I'm rewinding because I don't understand why that's happening. I'm going to go back to the last autosave just to see. Yeah, why is that happening? Let me go back a few more then. It's stuck at 99, but like, again, I don't get it. Oh. This one. If Bavarocratic ire has been at 80 or above for 50 months. Okay. You know what? Let's lean into it. I'll let it fail. And our options are Denmark or Republic. If we go for a Republic, we'll become presidential republic and nothing else changes, or we can get the Prince of Denmark. And he's a reformer. How old is he? Because a reformer's more of a mid-game thing, but like, that wouldn't actually be bad. Let's lean into it. He's 21. You know, I think this could maybe work. You think I'm a good streamer? That's really kind of you to say, Zdank. I have plans to do more streams this year. I just have to finish the monstrous amount of script writing that I still have ahead of me. Let's just go back to working on our economy real quick. We have to keep an eye on the British. If they get themselves... Why are they at war with Hanover? Man, the British are going crazy. And no one defended Hanover. It appears our expenses are getting a little bit high. I also think very shortly we're going to be able to improve... Oh no, not so shortly. Atmospheric engine's a little while away. All right, let's build another iron mine then. Before we build that, whatchamacallit, the tooling workshop. Ooh, we have National Guard now. Very nice. And we want to get our tradition of free elections up, because otherwise it really hurts. Loan interest rate reduction is not that helpful for where we're positioned, but it's not bad either. Unlike massive streamers, I'm certain you'll be able to read my comments and interact, which is what I really enjoy. I'm glad you enjoy it. I saw one AI channel tell the story of how a US tanker changed warfare by loading the shells backwards to reduce loading time and looking in the rear view mirror to spot Germans. Yeah, I have a feeling that one's not true. Okay, so we actually don't have to care about the Bavarocracy changes anymore, so we can leave some of the laws as they are and focus on more useful policies. Getting up to wealth voting would be very nice. What type of... Okay, we have a professional army. Getting off state religion. I think that's what we're going to want to do soon. And who's opposing it? The landowners. Because the landowners are led by a traditionalist, and boy, do traditionalists suck. You think I should make videos about Africa or South America? They're certainly going to come up. I don't know if they'll be the subject or the focus. The British still at war with Hanover, I see. Yes, we need to discredit the clergy. And making their leader unpopular will help quite a bit. God, the British just straight up invading Germany. Because they can. Can I get the other party into government without causing problems? Oh, no, I cannot. Why was the U.S. involved in China during the early to mid-1800s? I mean, the simple truth is that America was very well positioned to project power into Asia. Since the Mexican-American War, they dominated the Pacific coast. The next natural thing to do was, again, like, there were a lot of very rich, very weak countries worth opening trade with. The Americans famously opened trade with Japan, and when they initially did that, the trade was only between Japan and America. It's just that other countries came after and also demanded similar concessions, and then when the Second Opium Wars kicked off, it was pure upside for the Americans to demand concessions as well. Plus, like, there were even lots of Asians moving to America by that point. The Chinese immigration was very famous. There were later waves of Japanese immigration. Yeah, and also consider that, like, America, first and foremost, is a sea power. Anywhere they can project power to is not a problem. If the British weren't already in Australia or already in India or any of these places, I bet the Americans would have been trying to do it themselves. Okay, yeah, and we got the corn laws, so we need to have free trade to get rid of them. That should solve itself soon enough. Alright, come on, Britain. Get yourself involved in a really stupid war. We should also keep developing our economy. Let's see if we can get to 1.5 or even 2 million GDP soon. We should not be importing paper. Yeah, we're already getting to the limits of our infrastructure, so we gotta start getting railroads. Here we go, and this should allow us to make way more iron. We'll also have to import coal, though, which is regrettable. I will give it a nice little subvention, and we're probably maxed out on our trade capacity. Oh, interesting. I guess the ports were not using their full capacity. It's amazing the U.S. were able to do all this while being considered a lesser power. Well, the key word there, honestly, is considered. There's also considered by whom, because the British took a little while to recognize America's great power status, but a lot of other countries were happier to deal with them. The French dealt with them happily. The Spanish were dealing with their own problems. The Russians dealt with them happily. The whole New World accepted the Monroe Doctrine pretty openly. We're going to do water tube boilers real soon, so let's take the research bonus there. Also, we can do the extra construction sectors. We're exporting furniture, I see. Let's see what our most profitable buildings are. I want to build more of those. Fishing wharves, interestingly, are quite profitable. Well, those are easy to build, so why not? I imagine Austria is having a bit of trouble because the springtime of the People's Journal entry is active. Oh, yep, there goes Hungary. So far, though, the springtime of the people is not bad. Ian Zorenzel, thank you so much for joining. Why is the iron mine having difficulty? Because it needs more coal, I see. Let's up the subvention. And also, I imagine we're at the limit for trade here. Yeah, let's build another trade center here on these nice little islands. That should help out our situation quite a bit. Yes, our GDP is growing. Our standard of living, not so much, but the people are doing all right. Ugh, that's a lot of radicals. Yeah, the Austrians are doing great for springtime of the people. Yeah, our people's SOL is kind of sucking. Whatever I can do to help there. All right, what else do we want to build in this country? Well, we seem to be having a slight economic crisis. Our vineyards and tobacco plantations are quite popular. Let's build those guys up. I also realized that this whole time we were supporting a large army. You know, I think 1.2 million GDP will be able to support the army we want. Austria is fully unified. I think they have a very big army now. And with any luck, the British are distracted. Oh my god, yes, this is what we are waiting for. They're trying to make the United States a kingdom. Okay, yes, this is what we're waiting for. Only a slight economic crisis. Greece seems to be doing pretty good. See what I'm saying? You get me. And double check to make sure it actually saved. This game is a dirty liar. Pre-war. There we go. Cool. All right. Let's try it. I don't fully understand why the demand costs keep changing like that. Also, this time we have way more... Oh, only one more conscript we can recruit. That's fine. All right, we're going to max out the military wages. And we're getting ready for war. Oh, also, don't forget, not irregulars, line. All right, is Austria willing to join us? Yes, they are. So that's going to cost 30, and let me double check Austria. I think that costs 10. So we have to have 40 left over, and we have 70 to spend. So this is the state we want more. It seems to be a lot richer, right? Yeah, it's better in every way. Okay, so let's risk the border gore. There's 52 left. Which means this is one over. All right, regrettably, we're going to have border gore. But we'll also liberate Bulgaria. And that is nice, too. Now, the British did join, but I think that's fine. I hope that's fine. Because they should also be distracted by their war in America. And we have 9 points left. Oh, I can demand this state from the British. Isn't there a journal entry to ask for it? Yeah, for annex the Ionian Islands. Oh, our relations with the... Okay, so we don't actually need to fight them. We just have to improve our relations with them. So what can I demand instead? I certainly can't do that. Enforce treaty article. Can I ask for money from the Ottoman Empire? Ooh, I can. I'm going to make the Ottomans pay for me to industrialize. All right, we're still building up military units, right? Right, good. All right, let's make sure these guys have the correct mobilizations. All right, sweet. I think we have it this time. You wish there was some sort of historical focus tree-like mode? Why does the UK want to make America... No, I disagree with that. The 19th century is an era where anything could have happened. I think it's better freeform. Okay, so sure we're losing the front, but at least we're on the offensive here as we're losing the front. And wow, the Austrians... Actually, the Austrians aren't even fighting on their front. This is the Russians. We just have to hold. And we are holding them. Okay. We are back in the money, and it's totally fine if we get into debt, because like all the new lands we have are going to get us right out of it. Also, the Ottomans are going to give us an unbelievable amount of cash. Will I make another libertarian video? No, I think I'm done with politics for a very long time. Possibly even forever. Oh, they're sending lots of troops to fight us now. That's not good. Did they end their war with America? They did. It's just not going anywhere, and the Americans are taking over Canada. They are taking us over, but a big Russian army is coming to relieve us from the north, and we are winning in the east. We just have to hold. And our forces are contributing to the fighting. Is there a way to see how many they're killing? We can see the overall war kill-death ratio. Yeah, we're avoiding a lot of the deaths. Also, it just occurred to me we should be doing recruiting efforts in all the states we can. There we go. We're kind of sort of holding here. We just have to let the Russian bear grind them down before we get ground down ourselves. Yes, the Austrians sent us exactly 10 more brigades. That'll save us. And we're holding them. Barely, very roughly holding them. Wait, Austria capitulated. Piedmontese uprising? Sardinia, Piedmont. Sometimes I don't understand this game. Am I ever going to make a video about Mexico? You might also be very happy this year. Making no specific commitments, but stay tuned. You know, it looks like we might just not make it this time. The British just have too many troops. And the Springtime of the People is still active. Ooh, we might be in a bit of trouble. I think part of the issue is that the British just moved their entire military from the American war to kill us, and us specifically. Yeah, no, it's Jover. All right. Another attempt. This is the average Greek lifestyle. Or you know what? Here's an idea. What if we wait a little longer into the Anglo-American War? Because if we're not distracting the British, they might successfully land, and if they land, a ton of their troops are going to end up fighting in America. Let's see what happens here if we don't distract them. We can also use the time to build up more troops. I can see CME went to the Pokemon school of reloading until you crit. Well, that's one of the frustrations of a small country in Victoria 3. A lot of your fate is decided by factors outside of your control. Also just occurred to me, we're making good progress on general staff, so if we wait a little longer, we'll get that, and we can just import the percussion caps when the war breaks out. Oh, I see the Americans are also at war with Mexico. Oh no, that's them dealing with the natives. Yes, and there is the First Italian War of Unification. They are missing the fact that the other leaders of the Italian peninsula, usually against their will, sided with the Piedmontese here. And you know what? Giving Austria time to deal with that will also help them help us. Oh, also, we should annex this little puppet here. We might be able to do that now. Oh, but the Ionian Islands have to be at peace. I see the problem. Yeah, let's let Austria deal with its problems. Ooh, that university is a cute little boost for us. Paper mill throughput. Certainly an interesting option. All right, Austria is almost done dealing with its problems. And are they still protective of me? Yes, they are. The British are still having their American problems. Two Sicilies. Why would I accept that? Britain would rather lose the entirety of Canada than let Greece have one more acre of land. Yeah, it really feels that way. Okay, the new party's yellow. I think they're the ones I want to have here. Any video about World War I, like the epilogue series about World War II or something? No plans for World War I in the foreseeable future. Oh, now that is interesting. Can I demand... Oh, ho, 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 ho! I don't think Britain will join if this is a war of aggression. Gonna overwrite pre-war. And again, you always have to double check. Sometimes the game lies to you. There it is. I think we have something. So we have 70. So we have to add our demands first, or otherwise we're going to run out. And we need to make sure there's 40 left, because that's what it costs. Oh, but slight problem. I see. Well, hey, for the anti-border gore people, you'll be happy about this. God, I can only get one state out of this. Oh, no, I can get 2 states out of it. Absolutely tragic. Oh, you to join for an obligation? Okay, did the British join? On the upside, the British probably won't join them. The Ottomans are about to pull a second Balkan War. Yeah, except this time the Great Powers actually get involved. And let's upgrade all of our troops. And max out their mobilization. And max out their budget. And do recruiting efforts all across the land. Oh, they backed down? Wait, we got nothing? Okay, I think I see how to fix this. We're going to have to add primary demands. So return state. Why do these cost 0 now? Oh, are these because in the opening weeks you get to choose one yourself? I don't know. Okay, so again, there has to be 40 left in order for this to work. 52. So I can't pick this one, but I can take the islands. And there also should end up being enough left over to force the Ottomans to give me a truly outrageous amount of money. Okay, money or adding primary? They're fearful now, so they're probably going to back down. So let's also add this as primary, just to make sure this happens. There's a good chance they... Well, they're not going to back down because it's primary now. Don't question Paradox games. Even persons with 1,000 hours of them are still considered a noob. Yeah, I know. Sad times all around. And did I recruit conscripts here? No, I did not. Why are there so many conscripts here? You know, sometimes I feel like the game just does massive recalculations each time you reload. Yeah, this commander, he's a rural folk royalist. I don't really like that, but he's also a good commander, so I guess I'm promoting him anyway. No question him, Paradox hires him to read the tutorial. I actually was hired to read one of their tutorials. Oh, that's nice. And how are the British doing against America? Ah, they're losing. To President Seth Holmes. What are the Americans fighting over anyway? They want Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. Those are some actually very American demands. Anti-Ottoman League. Are the Ottomans also... Oh yeah, because we called Austria in. The Ottomans are actually pushing a little bit into... What is this? Bessarabia. Oh, the Ottomans are way outnumbered here. I'm refusing to send my troops in, though. Greece has very few people in it. I'll be damned if I throw them away. I also wonder, can we annex this while we're at war? The relations aren't good enough, and Greece also has to be at peace. But we can take this chance... Oh, no, the relations are good. Okay. I'll see this war is ruining our economy. Man, look at the Russians go. I think our troops might be getting borrowed for some of these attacks. Oh, wow, we're about to enter severe bankruptcy, I see. Is it because we're spending way too much money on the troops? Yeah, we don't actually need to do that anymore. My entire economy went to feeding soldiers. And we're still broke. Yeah, at least the war's basically won. I actually think these guys can advance and there won't be any resistance. I don't think there's any Ottoman troops on this front. No, there are, and they are beating us. That might actually be a good deal. Oh, and Austria just got knocked out. All right, guys, get on the defensive. Get on the defensive. The Russians basically have this handled. The entire Ottoman Empire is essentially in ruins. God, they took over Constantinople, but from the wrong side. Yeah, we're playing pure vanilla right now. We had a bit of... Oh yeah, look at America go! And we have the war. Nice. Look at that border gore. Beautiful. Alright, so now... Why is our budget so bad? Oh yeah, goods on military buildings. Alright, let's turn our whole army back into irregulars. And that should solve a lot of our budgetary problem. Because if it doesn't, we're in some real trouble. Yeah, we're still spending a ton of money on military buildings. Oh, I think there might have been some military buildings in the provinces we took. Also, it's going to take a while to convert these soldiers. Alright, we can just shrink our army. We don't need more than, like, what, 25 troops? And these guys should be getting turned into a regular infantry. Skirmish infantry. Oh, it can't be transitioned. Okay, maybe I can do to regular infantry and then to skirmish infantry. They want a rivalry with the Ottoman... Man, we really hurt the Ottoman Empire if we can rival them. And also they can't be... Okay, so I guess we just have to delete our army. That's fine. It'll help us balance the budget. Oh, there's a revolution in the country. Oh, God. The radicals are going to bankrupt us. Will I ever make a video on the Chinese warlord period? No plans right now. Oh, you know what? Simple solution. Pretend to pass a law they like. Actually, I want wealth voting anyway, so I can do that. And then we can abolish the entire military. There we go, and the Greek national budget is mostly solved. We just have not built anything for a while. And what kind of army can the Ottomans support now? Still not a lot. You never played Vicky 3? Well, if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. Oh, we should be able to take the Ionian Islands now. I don't understand. The game is telling me that we do have really good relations. They're genial toward me. I think it's just they're not at peace. Because Britain keeps dragging them into wars. Oh, let's also get friendly with Bulgaria. Or actually... How rich are they? Oh, we're way... Okay, we might end up wanting to dominate Bulgaria. The 19th and 20th centuries were just a series of Polish partitions on the Ottomans in Rumelia. Yeah, the Egyptians are just bullying the Ottomans now that they're weak. Yeah, it's literally just a humiliation war. Alright, I think we can start building a bit of stuff. We also have some unrealized taxes. There's only one state that's actually short on it. And otherwise, let's take a look at our new economy. Oh, we need to mess with production methods. We definitely can't do steel. You know, I don't actually think we need all this bureaucracy. Yeah, we can actually downgrade even... Oh, no, we cannot downgrade even further. But I think we can create some more institutions if we really want them. Also, do we have a fleet now? Yeah, I do not want that. Well, the wealth voting is not going very well. Ottomans try not to get bully challenge impossible. Oh, wow, they built the North German Federation fast, didn't they? And Austria formed Austria-Hungary. There's a very good chance we see Super Germany. Let's, Oh, I can't boost my relations with them. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, actually, how are we doing infrastructure-wise? We actually don't really need those railroads anymore because we have lots of states with extra infrastructure. So I'm actually just going to cut the railroad outright. And we're going to go back to other technologies that might be more helpful. Getting public health insurance would not be bad. I want postal savings and corporate charters more, though. Oh, actually, you know what would be really helpful for us? Psychology for the next time we're in a war. Because psychology, I think, gives us extra maneuvers. Yes, plus 10. That might be the difference between making a state or not. Okay, psychiatry, water tube boiler for the economy. Then all this good stuff. Alright, so now why aren't these buildings hiring? They should be hiring. They're profitable. Yeah, I think our whole economy is just rejiggering a little bit with all the new states we added. And the shipyard, that is profitable. Why? Guess they're just doing real well. We have to get rid of our useless decrees and implement new ones that make more sense for the new shape of the country. So these states are primarily industrial, I imagine. You only have one textile mill, but you have a good amount of agriculture. You have some industry, but not a lot. Oh, and I forgot we have the islands. Okay, and there's literally nothing going on here. Oh, we also have a random construction sector here. I do not want that. Go away. So we completing the Empress's aspiration for Greece. Don't tell Metternich. Yeah, that's the plan. Poor Ambassador Metternich. Ooh, do we have corn laws still? Yeah, we do. With any luck, we'll have a new government that actually supports the landed voting. Oh, but this is way better. Okay. What would the Orthodox Church want? We cannot afford that. But we have a lot of extra bureaucracy. Yeah, sure, I'll do it. When does the truce with the Ottomans end? We want to prepare for that. 3 years. And it's the same for us too, right? Yeah, 3 years. 30th of June. This iron mine is completely empty. Ah, coal is what's really hurting our economy, I see. Do we not have the trade capacity to bring it in? No, we do, and we're bringing a lot of it in. Okay, I think the economy just needs a minute to work itself out. Oh, cool, we got wealth voting. Nice. And we have a very profitable furniture plant here. Alright, what law are we passing next? Getting off state religion would be very nice, but we do just empower the heck out of the clergy. We barely have any population. We actually want the pop boost from legal guardianship. Appointed bureaucrats is helpful at this stage. Oh, did I never do subjecthood? Let's get that, because there's going to be a lot of Turks in our country soon, and we don't want to piss them off. I'd actually rather keep them around. Man, the Ottomans were getting bullied so hard. Oh, political concessions is really bad unless it's on a good IG. Wait, but political concessions to who? Political concessions to the intelligentsia? That's really good, actually. Yes, the intelligentsia is broadly pretty good until, like, the end game. They even will let us do protectionism. Bessemer process, not too helpful for us. Psychiatry is 24 months away, and when does the Ottoman truce end? 26 months. That's going to be good timing. It looks like our friends in Egypt are having a bit of trouble, though. Ooh, the Greek supremacists are mad, but there's only dozens of them, and the bill is going to pass anyway. Oh, there we go. Nice. And that should go away now that the bill passed, right? No, they're just mad anyway? Okay, cool. Yeah, I think the whole country might be a little mad right now. The whole situation needs to chill out a little. Yeah, coal is hurting us. I feel like some food industries might be good. God, I don't want to build it here because it's running out of infrastructure, but it's telling me that'll also be the most... Oh, no, this is a good place to build it, and they got infrastructure. Greece is always mad? Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. God, they're getting pissed, though. Look at that. You know, I could pretend to pass migration control to chill them out. Casual Monday indeed. How are the Egyptians doing? Oh, not so hot. I think the Greek revolutionaries might have hit the height of their abilities, though. How's the truce looking? 12 months. You know what? Forget these. Let's build up our military again. Honestly, for Greece, this population seems pretty chill. Yeah, I see it. You know, let's actually spread it out a little more. Here, it's a bit too much. Oh, I actually can't reduce it there. You know what? Scrap all these. Let's try this one more time, but actually using some brain cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 6, fine, whatever. Because we're going to need a lot of troops in this war with the Ottomans. It's probably not going to be as bad as last time, but pays to be prepared. Austrians having a small bit of trouble, it seems. So are they a puppet now, or I guess they ended on a white piece? We're building line infantry, not skirmish infantry, right? Good. They don't want an alliance because power projection difference. All right, the British war with Bahrain should take 6 seconds, hopefully. And then the game won't think they're at war, and we can finally annex the Ionian Islands, because that's a problem. Also, we got psychiatry, so the war with the Ottomans should be possible in a matter of moments. Yeah, the Ionian Islands just need to be at peace, and Bahrain is about to be occupied. So as long as the British don't start any new plays... Come on, British AI. Just be peaceful for a moment. That's all I need from you. Man, they're allies of Germany. We also got realism. I don't think that helps us too much. But nice to... Okay, there we go, there we go. Annex the Ionian Islands. Let's go. Is there anything here worthwhile? They actually have food industries, which there should be demand for in this country. Yet there's not enough. Oh, and now we can do Eastern Rome. That is what we're going for. And these countries still all like us, which is good and important. Okay, if I demand state, Great Britain will side with the Ottomans. So we're going to have both Russia and Austria on side, and or wait for Britain to be distracted. When Bismarck warned of the Balkans, he mentioned it would cause the Austrians a heart attack. That's not something Bismarck would say. I need these revolutionaries to stop being annoying. If I bring these guys into government, I can pretend to pass closed borders, and that should chill them out. Oh, yep, they're super Germany. Oh, God, and did they keep Hungary? Oh, that's nasty. That's real nasty. Except for Hanover, which is a British puppet, and Württemberg seems to have kept its independence somehow. Response to the proposed closed border. The fluvial Bantu people who... Why did the fluvial Bantu live in Thessalia? Oh, now it's the radicals who are mad. Okay, I tried passing the wrong law, it looks like. The problem is there's no party I have here that is willing to support getting off state religion. Oh, again, like, these guys are getting a lot of votes, right? Oh, it's because someone supports a revolution. That's why I can't have them in the government. Okay, so in that case, I need to pretend to pass a law that the radicals will like. That should chill them out. Yes, they're chilled, and now I should be able to bring them into government. But man, they will not have any legitimacy. That is unfortunate. Does Britain maybe not have an interest in Turkey by any chance? If we can find a place they don't have an interest. Like, what if I try to take Basra? Or, like, liberate Iraq? Like, maybe the British don't have an interest in the Caucasus. I don't have an interest in the Caucasus, even. Let's try to find a goal here. Here, conquer state. Man, the British even have one there. They almost certainly have one in the Middle East, right? Yeah, they do. And the German Empire, aren't they the British ally? God, that is brutal. Is Germany ruled by Austria or Prussia? Because Super Germany being ruled by the Hohenzollerns instead of the Habsburgs. No, it's the Hohenzollerns. It's absolutely the Hohenzollerns. So Super Germany forms if the Austrians form Austria-Hungary, which they did, and then the Prussians just eat them. So we gotta wait for Britain to get distracted by a conflict too big for them to handle. Oh, also I see that they have the defensive pact with the Ottoman Empire. That's the other reason this is trouble. You know, in my last campaign, it was so easy to beat up the Ottomans, and this time, I'm getting nothing. I see the Turkish nationalists are upset. Did subjecthood not make them happy? We also need to get on free trade soon. Yeah, and also France doesn't like me very much. You know, if this rebellion happens, I'm actually going to have a problem. Unless I get some kind of... Oh, yeah, you can get an alliance with them. I don't imagine Russia would be interested in a full alliance. Yeah, no way. Two Sicilies would not make a bad ally. They actually have a military. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. They barely have a military. It would help. But honestly, their army isn't that much better than Bulgaria's. All right, I'll ally Bulgaria, so in case I end up in a war, I won't get totally messed up. What do we do about Super Germany, though? They made it too easy to form. That's the problem. Ooh, that's good for us. We can have even more production. For Germany, how's France doing? So they never took Alsace or anything? They're a republic. Their economy's growing. What I need is for Russia to grow strong. All right, Bulgaria should join this happily. They might even fight the whole thing for me. Yeah, they will. What do they want? No, Bulgaria, I'm not giving you a goods transfer for free. I feel like the Bulgarians are totally happy to put down a Turkish uprising. Dimas Gomez, welcome to the stream. So the British were at war with the Qing. Oh, they're already deep into the war, though. I want them to go to war with... Oh, okay. War with France. That is what we were waiting for. That's exactly what we were waiting for. Where's our army? It's not a lot, but we have it. Alright, prepare the save scum, because this game is not fair, so neither should we be. Always double check that the save actually happened. Beautiful. And what's the most expensive state? That's 8 infamy. I'm pretty sure it's this one. No, it's going to be this one. Yeah, 8.2. How many states do I have a claim on? It's a Greek homeland, Turkish. Greek homeland, interesting. I think it's going to be the one with Constantinople, though. Yeah, let's go for it. The last coup in Greece was called Pajama Coup because the conspirators were arrested in their sleep. Oh, the British might not even side with the Ottomans. This is great. Oh, but the Russians aren't going to side with us. Okay. Well, the Russians not siding with us kind of spoils the whole plot, no? Sometimes adding war goals makes the AI more inclined to help. Come on, Russia, help me out here. Let's see what else. There's a lot of conscripts we can hire here. It also looks like the game is interpreting all of this as one front. There's no way to get Russia to help us. Oh, I see the issue. Russia doesn't like us enough. Love the videos. Are you going to make any more videos of the Eastern Front of World War II? No plans there currently. I think if we just get Russia to like us a little more, they'll help. Oh, interesting. Oh, I think I see the problem. I should go for a less ambitious one so I don't have so much infamy, and then I can call them in. That's only 4.1. Still, the Russians don't like us, though. Why is that? They don't want an obligation because... Like, they don't want to take over cars or something? Yeah, I know, we can't do the war even though they're distracted. Well, I guess the solution is we will simply have to wait and build up our own strength then. And there's those railways we don't actually need very much. You know, we have almost a quarter of the Ottoman economy. Like, we should be able to make something happen here. I see they made Lombardy Venetia, but without the Lombardy. God, France, what kind of war did you get yourself into, buddy? Why does Nova Scotia's flag look like that? Man, the U.S. colony flag makes it look like they're a part of China. That's an interesting stylistic choice. Would the Persians be interested in upgrading to a full-on military alliance? They actually might. And being able to hit the Ottomans from two sides would be very good. Well, frankly, Bulgaria's army is probably better than theirs. Maybe when the Russians finish with the Caucasus, they'll be more interested in taking over provinces like Kars, because I know they're supposed to want it. Let's try this again now. They also finished the first phase of the Central Asia colonization. They still like us, right? Oh, and Germany's having a giant civil war. Okay, it says 2 countries are willing to join, but I only see Bulgaria as a yes. That's because the game was a little slow. And again, like, they don't want cars or anything. Russian preference for Greece is minus... You know, if I was just a little stronger, they might be willing to help. Also, maybe if the Bulgarians get involved, they'll be willing to help. Oh, but the Bulgarians will only do it for... that is a hard sell. All right, let's hear, because it will be easy to take this back from Bulgaria. And now, oh, both Germany and Russia is willing to help now. Okay, this is worth it. Can I still add my war goals? Yes, I can. And what's Russia willing to join for? Germany's willing to join if I become their subject. But, like, again, what's... God, this game is so weird. Let's go back one more time and try this again. Return state. Only Bulgaria is willing to join, but only if I also transfer troops. You know, maybe if I mobilize my forces, the AI will be more inclined to help. Funnily enough, the game thinks I'll win my front. Okay, and Bulgaria is actually willing to join over Call Ally now. So if I do that, Russia still doesn't want to help. Let's see if we can just win this on our own Balkan War style. As long as the British don't intervene, it might be possible. We're already maxed... Oh, no, we're not maxed out on taxes. Let's do that. So we're going to stay defensive for now, let the Ottomans throw themselves at us. And once we grind them down, if we grind them down, we'll counterattack. But we're losing even the defensive battles, and that's not good. Oh, we also have to do enlistment efforts everywhere. Yeah, no, we can't win this. All right, let's see if we can recreate what we did before to get Germany to support us. You know, one other thing. It was when I went for Macedonia that they were willing to back me. So again, it's only Bulgaria here. Let's recreate specifically what we did last time. So they were only willing to join for transfer state. Now the Russians are willing to join, but only if I become their subject. But I can still... I'm becoming a Russian subject, apparently. But, it's all gonna work out. Just trust me, bro. It's all gonna work out. I can't take Trabzon, can I? No. What's like the biggest state I can take? Eastern Serbia. Which won't even be connected to me, so that's not worth it. Is Ottoman Adana any good? No, Cyprus would be way better. Can I get Macedonia or Albania out of this? No Albania, no Bosnia. What's it called? Oh, Uskup, they're calling it. Okay. Now, all right. I think I can get Cyprus, though. I saw it come up. Kibris. I'll take it. Oh, but if we do that... we can't do the Magali idea. You know what? I'll, oh, and the British are intervening against us anyway, so I guess we're just gonna die. Alright, I want to play this war out, just see how it goes. God, that is a wacky front. And I can also do enlistment efforts for troops. Why is our GDP... oh, joining the Russian market. Okay, becoming a Russian protectorate was actually a really good decision, because their market is huge. The only better decision would have been joining the German market, because their market is even huger. And also, they only have the Zollverein, which doesn't try to annex you, whereas the Russians do try to annex you. Yeah, becoming a German protectorate would have been the better call. I think this is going to work out, though. I might even be able to ask the Germans to liberate me from the Russians. Maybe we have a future. Looks like we're spending a bit too much on the army, though. What can I cut? They don't need these. Honestly, they didn't really need any of these. And we are pushing them everywhere else. Yeah, and Germany's having a bit of trouble, it looks like. Bit of trouble in that German paradise. Actually, the Russians have a bigger economy than the Germans do right now. Are we losing this war? I sold out my entire country for help, and we're still losing. Well, you know, in that case, I'm going to try one more thing. I'm going to see if I can become a German puppet. Because being a protector, it's not bad. You're pretty free. So return state. We give Bulgaria our territory in return for them joining the war. And for some reason, we make ourselves weaker. That makes countries want to help us more. But the Germans don't want to help us. Maybe if I improve relations a little? No, the Russians aren't even interested anymore. Okay. What's my favorite oversimplified joke? I'm quite partial to Napoleon popping around, going on average height for the time. You know what? I think I've had enough Victoria for today. But I'm not done gaming. I'm down to hang out with you guys. There's still 28 of you, apparently. Let's, You know what? I've been wanting to do this for a little while. I don't know if I'll do the full campaign. I'll start with multiplayer. We'll call it a warm-up. Here we go. Oh, whoops. Here we go. If you're here at the beginning of the stream, this is that game I was talking about. Also, I need to change the title of the stream. Ah, every time I click off. Okay, it's not in bordered windowed mode. That's why. Let me fix that. And boy, that is loud. I don't know how it sounds to you. Okay, and then video. Yeah, I need borderless full screen. Also, that is the wrong resolution. No Zdenek! No blacksmithing! You see, and now I can click off here without an issue. Alright, let me see. There was something I was going... Oh, yes, I need to change the stream name. There's a way to do that, right? Yes, edit. There we go. Mountain Blade Bannerlord, CallMeEzekiel stream. Let me know you guys watching live. Does the title change live for you? They don't have a siege mode. That is regrettable. All right, we're gonna smack some people in the face. I hear they're doing a DLC which adds pseudo-vi. Oh, Zdenek, you are far behind. War Sales is already out. And not only does it add pseudo-vi, actually, they're pretty much just Vikings. They're just the Nords. But not only does it add them, it adds ship combat. And the ship combat is really good. Here, sorry, let me finish setting things up on my other monitor. All right, here we go. Yeah, no, War Sales is an amazing DLC. But we're playing multiplayer right now. Ooh. I'm trying to show off my skills, but I'm mostly embarrassing myself here. Ooh, can I steal the horse? Ah, he got the horse. Yeah, we'll play single player in a little bit. Let me just smack some people around. Hey, if any of you guys have the game, you're welcome to join me in the multiplayer match. This is a public server. Oh, nice. I also love these two-handed weapons. Ooh. Get him, get him. Ah. See, this is why I need the warm-up. That trick doesn't work on me. Try harder. Ooh, got too clever for my own good. I love how you just started whapping a guy with a mallet. Well, that's what he deserves. All right, we're gonna go for a horse because I like being one with the speed. Also, we're gonna smack this archer on the back of the head so hard. Watch. Ah, you stole my kill, you little... Ooh, can I pick up his bow? Yes, I can. Oh no, game, no. Don't tell me I can only pick up the arrows. No! Tragic. Absolutely tragic. Alright, they have a lot of horses, so we need to find a spear. Oh. I did not mean to throw that. Yes, I can pick it back up. Okay. Now it's stabbing. Have I heard of the eggnog riots? They sound familiar. Did, what's his face cover it? Tasting History? Ouch. So the nice thing about being a stinky Valandian peasant is I have the looter perk here. So usually it costs 100 to spawn. This guy costs 90. So each time you spawn, you get a little bit of money. But also, each time you kill someone, you get an extra 10. So as long as you're willing to like pick up weapons off the ground, the looter is really good. Yep. Got him. Yeah, we have a good amount of money now. We'll be able to get a horse. You guys are going to see how fast I can ride. You're going to be so impressed. You'll be like, wow, not only is Ezekiel a really talented not only is he a really talented YouTuber, he can also ride horses really fast. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's horse time. I am speed. We just need not to get speared off this horse. The goal is to be speed, not speared. Remember that. I think my spear is longer than his, so I should be able to win a fight here. Oh, nope, you do not want to get speared or have a throwing weapon knock you off the horse. Skewered that guy quite nicely. Oh! Okay, what that guy did is he braced the pike. If I ran into that, it would have been instant death. I would have been thrown off my horse and a bunch of levies would kill me. Yeah, that guy also has a pike. You gotta watch out for those. Vlandian looter seems like a Hunger Game. Yeah, no, pretty much. Oh, that dude, did you see that? He literally ducked below me. No, the combat in this game is really tactile. It's nice. Never could do that, fighting with spear at horse. I believe in you. You can skewer that horse. You have the power. Oh god, I hate this map so much. They're all voting for it, though. No, do the castle! Yes, yes, no! Yes, no! Ah! Alright, I like these guys, and the Karagats are also good, because they also have a looter character. Basically, the cadets... Yeah, no, I do know that story of the Eggnog Riot. Eggnog is good. I'm pro eggnog. Very high calorie, though. So if you're trying to hit your macros, not good. Also, a lot of the eggnog mixes I found have, like, a lot of really bad ingredients with them. Alright, I don't like this map, but we are going to smack people with a hammer. Yeah, a bunch of people have the same idea, it looks like. Whereas these Sturgians, who are kind of like Russian general Slavs, a little bit of Romanian in them, they can spawn with shields and better weapons, but they don't get the looter perk. And obviously going 2v1 is how you beat someone up, or 3v1 is even better. Nice. We're gonna spawn with a good character after this. Ooh. That guy could have got me, I wasn't paying attention. So I want this to be an assist, because a lot of the time the assist gives you more money than the kill. Ooh, yeah, he had better range. Ooh, and I am exactly a few points short of a good character. All right, I like the Sergeant. Big two-handed sword. Yeah, Tasting History is a great cozy channel. He seems to do really great research too. I'm not on his Patreon, but he talks about them a lot. They seem quite helpful to him. Ooh! The friendly fire mechanics in this game are really annoying because it's very hard to avoid it, but it still does damage reflection back to you. And, like, you can easily kill yourself with it, which I think is frustrating. Oh, like, it's a valid strategy for the enemy to try to make you accidentally hit your friends. So the game shouldn't be punishing you for it like that. Oh, there's a lot of them. I'm not, We have a very brave looter, though. We'll help him out. Come on, buddy. Let's get him. I believe in us. You gotta keep an eye out when you hear the galloping hooves. That means someone's coming to kill you. Friendly fire will not be tolerated. Well, yeah, friendly fire is never friendly. Ooh, that was a good shot. Should have pulled out my shield. I'm not much one for archery in this game, but some of the archers are really good. Not that good, though. Hey! He didn't like that I messed with his duel. Some players don't like multi-fighting. I actually enjoy fighting multiple opponents. It's very fun to duck and weave between their hits. Try to get them to kill each other. Ooh, he was not expecting that. Ooh. Dodge and weave, dodge and weave, dodge and weave. Ah. All right, this is the poor man's two-hander. The Volgier. You still want to pick up a shield for your back, though. Sometimes it stops oncoming arrows from weird angles. Nice. That dude got a little tweaked out fighting two people at once. I hear hooves. It's probably us. We're a cavalry faction. But they have Druzhniki and stuff. Come on, come on.
Need some help with this.
He thought he was going to get the jump shot off. Ah. I need to up my blocking game. All right, we're going to play actual campaign soon. Warm-up's almost over. We'll play to the end of this match. Ooh! I see him. This guy does not block. Hey, don't hit me. I'm on your team, buddy. Stop hitting me! I was just saying about the friendly fire being an issue. Oh, I did not realize he was not on our team. Alright, I don't see them carrying that many spears, so going for a horse might be a good idea. Ooh, a Volge. And a shield to protect our back. This is a build. I think someone shot an arrow at me. That might have been friendly from behind. I thought that was a block, but I guess not. Thanks, game. Very cool. Let's go for the horse. You just want to say you love your content. They're amazing listening while working. I love the China and Japan series. Keep going, and I hope for more amazing videos. Thank you so much for saying, Constantine. I'm glad you enjoy them. More content always to come. There's probably going to be more streams in the meantime, because these videos take a long time to make. And a lot of the art and animation stuff is not done by me, so I write and voice and direct mostly. And when you run a company like this, there's a lot of waiting. Oh, nice. That dude got knocked hard. I am one with the speed. I am the horseman. Ooh! I'm not the horseman anymore! Could have sworn he hit me there, but okay. Have I embraced the... Never. I will never smith. I am a warrior. I am a killer. I am a leader of men. You are a serf. You will make the sword I kill your family with. That's how it's gonna go, buddy. Just you watch. I'm gonna smack a guy with a mallet. What'd you hit me for? He wasn't even tricked. He's just bad. Yeah, that was not happening. A slightly better character. I don't know. I've won fights like that. Is that I was up against the wall. That's what stopped it. I should have maneuvered out of there. Ouch. You're a fool. I get the lords to pay me with their money so I can raise and pillage their fiefdoms. That's the problem. You're only raising and pillaging them. You should conquer them and enslave them permanently. Execute their whole families when you capture them in battle. The nice thing about this mallet... oh, ouch. It actually has a really good swing speed. So you can catch a lot of opponents unawares. Alright, no shield. Mallet only. Nice. I don't know what he was trying to do, but nice. Ooh, horse! Yes, I am speed! I am speed! Damn it. The mallet is so short, it's hard to hit things with it. Ouch. I am literally just some serf who literally stole some lord's horse. Yeah, there we go. Alright. You shouldn't tell them they're freed. More like under new management. See, this guy gets me. He understands. Alright. I am speed. Speed! Yes. Ooh. I could have killed him if I was paying more attention. It is time to become one with the speed. Darn it. Speed! 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 I think the game calculates points based on like the differential in your equipment. So if you're like a really kitted out knight like this, you get no points for kills. There's also some difficulty modifiers. Like, I've noticed that kills with ranged weapons from further distances seem to give more points. Some of my long-range javelin throws get pretty good returns. Are those spears? Yeah, those are spears. Yep, not paying attention. This game's more than halfway through. Way more than halfway through. Alright, let's hit him with the mallet, boys. Give him the hammer. It's almost harvesting season. Aw. Harvesting season. You see how many points that gave? 32, plus the other 2 bonuses? It's because he was kitted out way better than me. Nice, harvesting season. He was also kitted out better than me. Alright, come here. Who wants the next round of harvest? Did that guy just grab his butt? Who's ready for the next round of harvesting season? $2v1? Yeah, they got me. Bannerlord is my American smuggling sim. I love trading even though I never earn money. Subtle shaded hero Tonfa. I gotta play smuggling sim again. I want to have him on for like the director's commentary. Harvesting season. Look at that, 42 points in 1 kill. That's why you play the looter. And that's why you never pick up any equipment with him either. Oh, whoops. What was your favorite warband faction? Oh, I was always a sucker for infantry, so Rodok. crossbows, sergeants. How do you beat that? He's AFK. Get him! Harvesting season! No! Stop running! Harvesting season! Harvesting season. Yes. Harvesting season. Oh, 4v1? 5v1? Okay. Harvesting season. Oh. Ooh! Was not paying attention to him.
Poland supporter tier membership. Monthly.
Oh, we just got a new supporter member. Okay, I didn't know that works. If you sign up to become a supporter on CallMeEzekiel.store, apparently we get an alert. Thank you, ScottmanDude95. I gotta send you a message soon. Oh, it's 2v1. Ah! Good sir, do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior harvesting season? I'm going back to harvesting season just because of that. It's harvesting season, boys! Whoever that is gay, Lamau. God, okay, I'm not gonna do it on stream, but one of my favorite things to do in this game is flame the chat. Some people get so pissed off, and I love it. I don't know if you know this about me, but I am a really, really expert internet troll. I know how to push all of people's buttons. Stop being cringe. Get harvested. You're like a delicious chaff of wheat. It's time for harvesting season. Harvesting season. Ooh. All right, we have a lot of points. Let's become speed. Oh, damn, that dude got my shield. This is why serfs belong on their turfs. Oh, do you see that guy jump? You can actually jump to knock people off their horses. Billions must churn for the Bannerlord. Back to your turf. Ah! Oh, that dude could have gotten me if he was a little quicker on the draw. I wish there was a Siege server right now. Siege is so awesome in multiplayer. Oh, damn, I got the guy with the spear. Ooh, and that guy with the spear got me. All right, come here, come here. All those years harvesting wheat taught me how to one hand. Oh, what is this, 4v1? Yeah, it is 4v1. No, Bannerlord, not my cabbages. All right, we're gonna go for the full night. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Harvesting season. Oh, I harvested my own serf. Yeah, so it's later in the game and there's a lot more cavalry now, so they're all using spears to counter. I'm just riding away from this. Ah! If I was slightly... I didn't position that right. The way your character moves affects things like swing speed and direction. And by backing up the horse, I think that slowed the swing speed. Oh, that was good damage. And that was just an insult. Oh, they got horse now! The horse did nothing wrong, you monster! Honestly, the best thing added with the DLC... Yeah, I liked the random events. I wish there were more of them. Oh, damn! Straight through the skull! Wait, what does the thank you for subscribing mean? Did someone watching this just hit the sub button? I didn't know StreamPod did that. I actually gotta turn that off, because otherwise there's gonna be a lot of subscribe thank yous. They shouldn't have been horsing around, am I right? Ugh, show yourself out of the room. Disgusting. I actually have shield breaker, so I'm gonna mess up his yeah, there he goes. When you break people's shields, they often don't know what to do. Oh, it was a second too early. All right, two-handed sword. Let's show these peasants where they belong. Provoke. Oh, 3v1? 3v1? Let's go! Let's go! Get off my server! Why are you running? There's no point. Why are you running? You guys have better seen that. That was beautiful. That dude was doing a good bob and weave. I respect that. I actually got really good swing speed on this. I can get blocked sometimes and still get a hit through. I'm just engaging from this. What's the point? Ooh! That was a good one. This game is so unrealistic. Why isn't everyone in a line of peak efficiency? I think that when the clans go to war, they actually use formations and stuff. They're not LARPing. That's just it's the optimal way to play. Ooh, fell for it. The juke. Ooh, stole my kill, but I'm still counting it. I actually have a positive KD. That's nice given that I'm streaming. Sometimes I can absolutely bomb. Ooh. Harvesting season. Oh my god, yeah. If this person killed me, I would have been so upset. Did I hit him? I think I did. Honestly, I don't know if you can stream snipe in this game. Well, okay, do you mean stream sniping in the sense of cheating, or do you mean stream sniping in the sense that they're trying to find me in the game to fight me? In the latter sense, I'm not so bothered. In the former sense, you can't really do that in this game. Alright, there's 56 seconds left. Yeah, one of the troubles with ganging up on someone is there's a real risk of friendly fire. Our horse saved that guy, but not for long. You know, they have a lot of low-ranked guys right now, so killing them is not earning us a lot of points. Ooh. Ah! So the goal is to yeah, so this is just multiplayer. The actual game is way more sophisticated. All right, we have 10 seconds left. I'm gonna see if I can shoot a guy with a crossbow. And of course the game spawns me as far from the fighting as possible. Oh, 5 seconds. Yes, got him. All right, nice. Let me transition to single player real quick. So I want to eat food before going to bed, and it's already a little late. So instead of doing proper single player, which I'll do on a future stream, I am going to do a little siege battle and show you guys what you can do when you understand tactics in this game. And for the record, there's only one mod I use when I play Bannerlord. Unless we're doing a total conversion, which I would also love to stream. There's like Game of Thrones mods now. There's 2 different Lord of the Rings mods. There is an amazing, incredible, what do you call it? My mind's blanking. An incredible feudal Japan Sengoku Judai mod. There's really cool stuff that you can do in Bannerlord now. It took a few years, but the mods were worth it, my god. Let's do a little custom battle here. You know what? I'm going to show you guys the naval battles. I want a small one. Like just a few ships. This is perfect. Okay, and we're gonna go Empire because I like the Greek style ones. Oh, interesting. The ships are not faction locked. Okay, cool. I'm gonna show you the big one. Where is it? The Dromon. So we're going to do a Dromon against some... I want to fight the Nords. How about that? There we go. Let's let the Nords have a little bit of everything. And we're going to have a really elite crew on our ship. Imperial Legionaries. Where are the Naute? Those are our Marines. Imperial Naute. There it is. Imperial Naute. And we need some archers. Imperial Sergeant Crossbowmen. There we go. And can I customize the specifics of the ship? I can't get that specific. All right, here we go. Yeah, there's an 18... There's also a medieval Europe mod. Okay, here we go. Look at this. So first off, the game has a full sail system with wind, and the type of sail you have determines how well it handles different wind directions. If you have square sails, they are very good going with the wind, but they're not good sideways. If you have lateen sails, which are like triangular, the ship is way better sideways against the wind. So right now, the wind is directly against us. So if we open our sails, that's going to work against us. Oh, I didn't realize that we had a... Look at this thing, though. This is the biggest Empire ship. Look at it. Every single crewman, these are not like little sprites or whatever. Every single crewman is actually a soldier who's fighting here. Look at this. There's the thing in front. So the Dromon, it's not so much a boarding ship. It is a ramming ship and an artillery ship. The Nords are the opposite. They don't really ram and they have very bad artillery. But boy, are they amazing at boarding. Who's my favorite faction in Bannerlord? I'll be honest, the Nords are really, really growing on me. I like the Empire, and if I want like a versatile faction, I go for the Asari. Okay, so if the little one wants to board me, it can. But I want to see if I can ram them. So, another thing that I'm doing here is that while the ramming did fail, we have way, way better archers than they do. And because of that, and we're also a higher boat, we're basically shooting directly down on top of them, on top of their heads. So it looks like they're actually boarding me now. So I'm going to get off of this. Oh, looks like we're getting boarded on both sides. Okay, this is not good. We're fighting the Empire? No, we're fighting the Nord. So this isn't great because all the Nord infantry is Marine, whereas we don't have that many Marines. And if you have Marine infantry, they have normal stats at sea. But non-Marine infantry suffers a penalty. So we'll see what happens. I think I set the battle up to give me better troops, though. Why are my swings so slow? Do I have realistic battle mod on? I think I have RBM mod on. That is not what I wanted. What are the Nord unit compositions? So the Nords have great infantry. They have great shield infantry. They have great two-handed infantry. They have great skirmishers. They have not the best archers in the game, but they have very good archers. And at sea, they are the best archers of the game because they're mariners. But here's the catch with the Nords. They have no cavalry. And even worse, they're right next to the Khuzaits, who have some of the best cavalry in the game. So whenever the Nords go up against the Khuzaits, it's like the Battle of Cannae, right? All they can do is get in a shield wall, the Khuzaits arrow them down, and then they charge with heavy cavalry, and it's Jover. Yeah, I think I have RBM mod on. That's why the swings are so slow. Oh, whoops. So luckily, it doesn't matter too much if you fall into the sea, because there's these little nets you can use to get on, and a lot of players, as a strategy, will intentionally fall off a friendly boat to use the net on the enemy boat to get behind them, like I'm doing right now. Oh, we got him. Nice. You found the Khuzaits to be much weaker in war sales. How so? Do you mean they're weaker on the campaign? Here, I'm going to check real quick to see if I have RBM mod on, because RBM is the worst. I don't even know why I have it downloaded. In fact, I am going to get rid of it. Because it keeps turning itself on automatically, and it sucks. And it messes up your saves. Really, in the campaign, I've noticed quite the opposite. The Khuzaits are doing really well because it's so easy for them to bully the Nords. All right, let me check my mods now. RTS is on, war sales, fast mode. Cool, we're all set. I also want to show you guys a siege before I get off. The game is opening now, don't you worry. There we go. I also love the shots of the soldiers marching. I really love the one with Caladog right after an ambush killing the dead Imperials. That one's awesome. Let's do a siege. Sturgia is fun to defend against. And Valandia is a good defensive faction. You know what? I actually like these. Let's just change the numbers around. Let's make this a siege battle where we are the defender. I'll tell you what, fire onagers are really, really good. All right, here we go. We'll be outnumbered 4-1. What's your opinion of Warhammer 40k, and have you played the Dawn of War series? I love the Dawn of War series. I practically grew up on it. Oh, I know which castle this is. Okay, this one's really cool because it's in 2 separate units. Wait, are we the attacker? No, I want to be the defender. Oh, wait, that was a mistake. All right, whatever. Burn the ship in-game. I think it's a little late for that, buddy. You might be behind in the stream a little. All right, commander, siege, and now we want to be the defenders. Of 250 against their way more, and we don't want so much cavalry. What we really want are crossbowmen, because crossbowmen are insane in this game. They are way, way better than archers. You know what? I'll add a single breach just so I can use this as an exercise in tactics. Because when you know how to command troops in this game, you can accomplish unbelievable things. Yeah, the AI did not give me very good troops. They didn't give the enemy good troops either. And we're heavily outnumbered. We're actually outnumbered more than 4-1 with the way I set this up. Can you blow up Copenhagen in this game? This takes place in sort of like a fantasy world inspired by Europe. There's no dragons or anything. Okay, I'll see this castle. Oh, I've defended this castle before. Okay, I know how it works. What we're going to want to do is... Okay, so the fire pots, firing them out of the ballista is totally pointless. I'm going to stick it here. Because you can drop the fire pots on their heads as they go through the breach there. Now, as it regards tactics, we want to try to destroy the enemy siege tower on the left, because if it's destroyed, they can't do anything about it. And we have a little onager right here. Okay, cool. So now, as it regards the 4th Division, we're going to get them into a square. And we just want to completely block them in. The 3rd Division, however... I don't want the... Oh, they're going to have to break down this. Okay, I see how it works. I'll see why the 6th Division is here. Okay, I'm still going to change this up. Because if they break through the gate, they'll go through these side passages and rampage our wall. Whereas if these guys... Oh, it won't actually let me in here. Are these blocked off? Okay, I'm going to manually have them enter. As for everyone else, these guys, yeah, they're properly positioned. Our archers are in a good spot. Okay. Cool, so here's what we need to do. What's my favorite faction in Dawn of War? I've always been a bit of a sucker for Tau in general. However, I usually play the Imperial Guard in Dawn of War. Okay, so these are... This is a division. And division. Let's get them into position. No, AI, stop closing the gate. I was thinking about the AI. It's going to keep closing the gate on us. Wait, did I lock myself out? No way. I didn't know that could... Oh, can I just bust it down? It's gonna take a while. Alright, I actually have to reset the battle because I locked myself out. Surrender, human. If not for yourself, then for the greater good. Okay, so in that case, I'm going to try something very different. I'm going to merge the 3rd and the 4th divisions. And I'm going to have them form a giant square. And then all of these archers. So here's a good trick. You put them into shield wall, because a shield wall is going to get them into a tight formation. These guys, we want them here. Yes, we do. Okay. So let me show you this. Shield wall gets them into a tight formation. However, they will pull out their shields and act as melee infantry. So what you do to fix that is you tell them, get into a line, and then as quickly as possible, before they spread out, you tell them to stop. And now you have a tightly packed group of crossbowmen. I'm going to have these guys fall back a little bit so there is a clear line of sight for our crossbows, and it'll also guard their backsides. Actually, they're entering the building, which is interesting. I don't know if that's what I really want, though. Alright, and then this guy is going to run away on his own, so I might as well kick him off. Fly! Be free! As a Bloodraven fan, are those weapons relics? I think the Bloodravens are just a bunch of professional thieves, and whatever they want, they'll just say like, ooh, it's a relic! It's ours now, for the Emperor! What a bunch of legends. I'm actually quite interested to see what Total War does. I forgot to reposition... Okay. I was gonna like show off tactics and stuff to you guys, but my brain is too small for that. So instead, we're just gonna fight this traditionally. No special tactics. Well, there's some special tactics back here. The plan is I was gonna throw fire pots as they go through the breach. That would have been incredible. Let me see where the fire pots are. Maybe they're not too far away still. Yeah, on the top right, you can see what's called the death span. Any green death spam is your guys killing enemies. Any red is them killing you. And in this early phase of the battle, we're killing lots of them. You know what? Actually, I am going to retreat this, because if I don't have the fire pots in place, you're going to lose. Outnumbered 4-1 with inferior soldiers, you just straight up lose. So one more time. We want the catapult in place to destroy the enemy siege tower. The siege towers are very strong. Now this is here. So we're going to do what we did last time. Merge the 3rd and the 2nd divisions. Okay, and we're going to tell them to get into a square. You know, come to think of it, if they break in here, their only route is this way. So what we could even do is something like this. Let's get them into the shield wall. And we could do the square like here. The only downside to this is then they don't get blocked in. So yeah, you know what? We actually do need the 3rd division then. We're going to form a square here. 4th is going to stay exactly where... Actually, I'm going to move them inside the keep a little bit. So that way the enemy archers can't kill them. 6th division, though, is going to have to stand... here. Or up here. Okay, the problem with positioning them here is that then their archers can hit them. And the whole point here is I don't want their archers to hit them. That's why you do these sort of like behind the wall arrangements. Yes, this works. And we actually put the fire pots up here, right? Yes, okay. One more time! I don't think you can set the onager to be a fire onager in battle. I think you do that during the setup screen. Like when I set up the whole battle, because it's usually done during sieges. Yeah, and you gotta learn how to do that really quick. Really quickly set them from shield wall to line so they pull out their crossbows. And I'll tell you what else I'm going to do. I'm going to hog... This isn't quite a tactic, but I'm going to hog the ballista so they don't waste all the fire pots. Oh, this does not have regular fire pots. Okay, then. Well, so much for that strategy. So if the Onager has fire pots, you can just huck them down on the enemy. So once again, we're back to not being able to do... All right. It's funny, you do this a million... Oh, that was the attacker engines I was setting to be fire onagers. All right, let's give them like trebuchets and stuff then. And here I'm going to set them to 2 fire and 2 regular. And they need to be catapults, not ballista. All right. See, I see what you mean by set them to fire onagers. Okay, so the fire onagers are not good at taking out siege equipment. They're good at taking out infantry. So wherever they deploy their siege towers, so they're deploying their siege tower on the right. Ah, this time the AI put it on the left. Okay. This actually is better for the strategy I had in mind. So this is going to be fire and 2 siege onagers. I'm confident, even run by the AI, will destroy that tower. So I'm not even remotely worried about the troops over here. So the 4th Division, I am going to enlarge considerably, put it into a square, and then position it here. And these dedicated surplus troops, they're going to stand over here. There we go. Okay. And then you get them into line, and then you tell them to stop as quickly as possible, and then they're going to fire. So they're going to pour through this breach here, and they're just going to get all killed because they're going to try to fight the... They're going to try to fight the square we set up right here. And their archers can't hit our square, and nor can their siege equipment, I think. Whereas if they're standing there, their siege equipment will do quite a number. Okay, and these are the pots I was telling you about. So what I want to do is I want to take manual control of this because the AI kind of sucks with these. And I also want to save the pots from where I can just throw them right down on their heads. So here's what I'm going to do. Ready? I have the RTS. And the RTS mode has a fast forward mode. And we're fast forwarding the battle. And we're waiting for something. Will their siege tower be destroyed? No, the AI might not actually be able to destroy the siege tower on time. All right, that's fine. About the point their siege tower comes is when this infantry is going to advance through the breach. See, they're getting ready to advance through the breach. They're gathering up their troops. Let's fire 1 shot. There we go. Nice. All right, so there's a reason I saved those fire pots. Oh, that guy just died. It's because we can just pop them right on their heads. Boom, look at that. Beautiful. If you're ever outnumbered like 100 to 1 in a siege, this is how you win it. And now our archers should be providing... Wait, what's happening there? What are these archers doing? They need to reform. For some reason, their divisions merged, and I'm not sure why. Wait, why are all of the archers in the same division now? That's also how to farm throwing in athletics, exactly. Okay, well, I completely screwed up this siege, but for illustrative purposes, I'm going to continue it. Because I think that throwing the pots on their heads alone is going to be enough to just win this. Oh. Well, not if I throw them on my own soldier's head and fall. Ouch. Yeah, no, I screwed this up too much. You can still really do a number on them, though. Look at that. Those are really high-tier troops I'm killing, by the way. Oh, yeah, they're coming for me. They're like, stop throwing those pots at us. Yeah, it's Jover. Yeah, let me try this one more time. Because I want to show you what I'm trying to show you here and not break it all. If you reorient them slightly. There we go. Oh, wait, where's the breach? Oh, the breach is on this side now. Okay, back to the previous round of tactics then. Let's get these guys into their shield wall. So as they come through, they're going to be distracted primarily by this block. This block is also going to block anyone going in through here. These guys probably aren't necessary, but I'll leave them there because the AI tends to perform better if you don't mess with it too much. And this is the side with the siege tower, so I actually want to undo these. This should be fire. This should be fire. This should be siege. This should be siege. And you know what? If the onagers fail to destroy the tower, these guys will defend up here. Okay, this works out now. Let's go. What did my horse spawn here for? All right, off with you, buddy. Fly to safety. There we go. They're going to form a really nice murder corridor. And again, we want to try to save the fire pots. Because we're going to get funneled into a real valley of death here. And watch that siege tower all the way over there. Let's see if they destroy it. Yep, they destroyed it. So now all of them are going to have to come through this breach. So watch, they're going to come through the breach. Well, the rest are going to go through the front gate, so we got to watch that too. Let's see if we get a good shot off here. Too far? Oh, way too far, damn. Ooh, but the other guy did a great job. God, I'm sucking. There we go. I think they're waiting for the battering ram to make contact. There they go. All right, here we go. And there's a nice little platform here for us and everything. Down she goes. A little too far. I want to turn this away, though, because it's blocking my access. God, look at all those corpses we made over there. Oh, whoops. And you just drop it right on their heads. Boom! Look at that. And our crossbows here should also be doing a number on them. Yeah, they have a really clean field of fire now. And down she goes. Boom. We killed one of our friends, unfortunately. But if you're heavily outnumbered, look at that power bar on the top of the screen. Look at the way that it was so favorable to them, and you can literally see it move each time I drop one of these things. Yeah, they barely have anyone left. Some of them are running. Look at this. A few more, it's going to be over. You would think for a life or death siege, the castle commander will bring 20 or more pots. Boom. It looks like their AI really wants to join the melee when we do this setup. Ooh, they might actually be a little overwhelmed down there. I gotta go help them out. Yeah, they might win this. But again, I didn't spend too much time microing here. Oh, no, 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 no. Never trust Ezekiel with danger close siege weapons. Hey, listen, I just want to kill things. Friends, foes, all the same to me. As long as they die in the end. Oh, I'm so dead. I think I made my point. Siege pot's very strong. Alright guys, I'm going to eat a little bit, do some finish up work, and then head off to bed. But thank you guys so much for joining this sudden stream. It's a lot of fun. I will make an effort to stream at noon EST for the Europors, but frankly, the current time works better for me. So, it'll happen when it happens. Bye guys.